Hi everybody, this is Alexander, yoga teacher at Buddha Balance in Groningen, Netherlands. Today in our Yin class, we're going to work a little bit on the spine, loosen up into the shoulders and open the hips a little bit. Really just take your time, you don't need to force anything. With Yin Yoga, because we hold the poses a bit longer than regular classes, you just have to take your time to get into the pose. Don't force anything, just listen to your body, breathe, and enjoy the moment for yourself. We're going to start with banana stand. So you're going to lie down on your back. Extend your arms above your head. If this is a bit too hard for your shoulders, but you really feel tingling sensations at the tip of your fingers, then you just keep your arms alongside your body. This will be fine too. Here you start to walk your feet as far as you can to the right side. So you go as far as you can, but you make sure to keep your left hip on the mat. If you have your arms above your head, you're also going to bring your hands as far as you can to the right and make sure that you keep your left shoulder on the mat. So this is banana stand, and we're going to stay here for 2 minutes on this side. And take your time here, just observing the effects of this pose today. Feeling a stretch in your left side, from your left hip to your left shoulder. Stretch into the muscles, the space between your ribs. Take the time to breathe, to relax. We're almost already 1 minute into the pose. If you feel that you need to go a little deeper for the stretch, you can maybe place your left ankle on your right ankle, and maybe with your right hand, you grab your left wrist, giving a little bit more intensity into the stretch, but make sure your left hip and your left shoulder are still on the mat. You take the time here to relax, to get into your body, to feel the stretch. Banana sun is a nice, gentle stretch. Doesn't need to be too deep, too intense. Just a nice way to get into your body, to start to move a little bit into your spine, to open. You take a last breath, and then you slowly start to bring your hands to the middle again, then your feet. You bring your arms alongside your body here, and you just take a moment and shavasana. Take your time, just observe, feel the new sensations on the left side of your body. You can maybe observe a difference between left and right, the side that we just did, and the one we're going to work on right now. If it's okay for you, you bring your arms above your head again. This time you walk your feet as far as you can to the left. And once you're there, you also maybe bring your hands. Just find this stretch, the bend into your body, and make sure your right hip and your right shoulder are still on the mat. We also take 2 minutes. Observe if the stretch on this side is more intense than the first side, or if it's softer. Doesn't have to be the same. Maybe you notice that you are a little further, a little deeper on the side, that you experience more resistance. That's all good, You just relax, breathe, and listen to your body. toes. Maybe you want to have your right ankle over the left. Maybe with your left hand you grab your right wrist. Take this time here to see what you need to get into the pose to get the most benefits of it. Bringing your focus a little deeper inwards. Feel the bend in your spine. Slight compression on the left side. Stretch on the right side, the space. Last 15 seconds here. Just breathe and relax. Take a last breath. And then bring your hands to the middle again. And your feet. Bring your arms alongside your body. If you want, you can also bend your knees in this pose, lying on your back, to just have your lower back a bit more in contact with the mat. Just take your time, relax. Observe the effects of the first pose we did today, Banana. Focusing on your breath, letting go of your thoughts, just feeling your body. Okay. From here, you bring your knees to your chest, you roll onto your right side, and you come on your heels. So we're going to do two poses behind each other, the toe squat followed by the ankle stretch. Make sure you maybe have a blanket or blocks, a bolster, anything to support yourself in the poses we do today. Starting with the toe squat. You come on your hands and knees, and you curl your toes under your feet. From here, you start to move your hips towards your heels. And once you notice there is enough stretch for you in your toes and under your feet, you stay here. For some of us, it can be a little deeper, maybe bringing your hands a little closer to your knees, or maybe come sit on your heels. Make sure it's okay for you where you are, because we're going to spend 1 minute here. And here you just breathe and relax as much as you can. Know that if you cannot relax, that this is too heavy for you, then you are too far. Just take a step back. You don't need to force anything here. Focus on your breath. Forget the whole minute here. Just focus on each inhale and each exhale. Last 5 seconds. One more deep breath. Okay, then gently come back on your hands and knees. Now for the counter pose, we move to the ankle stretch. You place your feet flat on the mat again, and you go sit on your heels. Maybe this would be your option for now. Maybe you start to walk with your hands towards your knees. Maybe you sit on your heels. Maybe you experience some discomfort in your ankles because they're pressing too hard on the mat. Place a blanket here under your ankles to just give some more support. Also, what you can do if you feel that you can get more stretch here, you bring your knees off the mat and maybe place your hands on your knees. See how it goes? 1 minute here. Ankle stretch is a very nice stretch, obviously for the front of your ankles here, but also the muscles at the front of your shins, putting a bit of deep flexion into your knees, and maybe if you're already all the way up here, also stretching a little bit into the quads. So it can be a very complete stretch for the front of your legs. Already halfway, make sure that you are breathing properly, that you don't find pain. You know, discomfort is okay, really, but pain, try to avoid it. You know, you don't want to suffer for the whole class. You want to work on your flexibility, and that requires softness and kindness for yourself. Your last breath, and as you exhale, come back on your hands and knees. And because I'm sure you really enjoyed the first pose, the toe squat, we're going to do a second round together. So curl your toes under your feet, bring your heels towards your hips, and take the option that would suit the best for you. Take 1 minute here, and if you notice that the small toes here, they're not coming with you, you just use your hands to curl your small toes also under your feet to really get stretch all across the plant of your feet. If you're all the way up here, you try to keep your spine very neutral, relaxing into your shoulders and your neck as well. Stretch is on the underside of your feet, the back of your ankles a lot maybe. Just take it easy. You want to stretch and soften the tissues, not create more tension. So really just take your time and breathe. Alright, last breath here. And then you gently come on your hands and knees for a second round of the ankle stretch. So, placing the feet flat on the mat, bring your hips to your heels. Gently walk back. Take your time, see how far you can go. Maybe you're just staying here. Maybe you bring your knees up the mat. Maybe you sit on your heels, hands on your knees. Maybe you can place a bolster or a blanket, something under your legs to support yourself. You know, it's okay. Just breathe here. That's all you get to do, really. That's the beauty of the Yin class. It's not about doing anything at all. It's just about being. You know, you are in the pose. There's nothing left to do for you except be fully present, completely experience the pose you're in. Head is empty, reducing the flow of the thoughts, focusing on the physical sensations. Last breath. And as you exhale, gently come back on your mat. So now you're just going to sit down for a moment, legs straight on the mat. Maybe your knees slightly bent. If you have really tight hamstrings, it's okay. You can also always just use a bolster or a big cushion or anything. It's a bit thick and soft to place your knees on, and then you're just going to lean back a little bit. You wiggle with your toes, roll your ankles. Just taking a moment here. See what feels good for you. It's nice rebound pose. You probably feel some gentle energy flowing through your ankles here to the underside of your feet. This is good. This is how you know you work deep into the tissues of your body. If you don't feel it, then don't worry. You still did a lot in these two poses that we just did. Only it takes a bit more experience to observe the subtle differences in your body. So don't worry, and you still get the benefits of the poses we're doing. Okay, now we're going to work a little bit more to the shoulders, the variation on Purvottanasana. So you're going to bend your knees and have your feet flat on the mat. You have your hands behind your back. I prefer to have my fingers pointing forward, but you may choose for yourself having your fingers to the side or pointing back, depending on however you feel most comfortable. From here, you're going to gently bring your hips up the mat and bring your hips behind your heels again. You're going to lift your chest a little bit, we're not all the way in full extension, but we really keep this active stretch in the front of the shoulders. We're going to spend 3 minutes here, so make sure you take your time, you can relax. See for yourself what will be the best. Just enjoying a little bit of a stretch in the front of your shoulder. And no matter where you are, just keep breathing. Your natural, gentle breath. Soft, relaxed. That's the thing here, you let go of any kind of control. You don't try to take deep breath or anything, you don't try to control the flow, but you just really observe with all your attention, with your whole mind. I didn't mention it before, but maybe you have very sensitive wrists and it's not fine for you to have your weight on your wrist like this. So maybe you grab your bolster or something like that, and then you just place your elbows on it, and then you relax here. It's pretty nice actually. As long as you feel the stretch here on the front of the shoulders and across your chest, you're really just doing the pose, and you don't need to worry about any other detail. You have 1 more minute left in this pose. See for yourself how it goes, what you need. I love this pose. It's a nice counter pose to all the sitting that we tend to do nowadays in our modern lifestyle. When you sit, we have a tendency to really slouch forward and close the front of our back. This is a very nice way to bring balance again, to really open at the front, to stretch these tight muscles at the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders. It's just a great way to also work on your flexibility, but also creating space for your life energy, prana, to flow through. All right, take a last breath. And then you very slowly, carefully come on your back again into Shavasana. So you have your feet about mat distance apart. You let your toes roll outwards. Your arms are alongside your body, hand palms facing up. And you just take a moment here to relax. Because now we just release the stretch in the front of the shoulders. Maybe you also feel this gentle energy passing through the front of your shoulders, alongside your arms. Just relaxing more and deeper. Connected with your breath, the space within yourself. Every time you inhale, you feel the space inside. And every time you exhale, you release and let go of all the tension tension that you still might feel. The next pose today is the lying butterfly. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together and bring your heels closer to your hips. And then you just let your knees open outwards. This might be for you very challenging, maybe even painful for the inside of your hips and your thighs. So what you could do is grab a set of blocks or maybe a stack of books, something to support, and then place this blocks or whatever you're using just under your legs so you don't open too deep into the stretch. Make sure you still get some stretch going on, of course. Also, if you feel that your lower back is really high, really arching away from the mat, you could always use like a blanket or towel or something soft to place under your lower back for a bit more support here. And just relax. We're going to spend 3 minutes here too. One of my favorite poses, really opening deep into the hips, stretching the adductors here, the muscles on the inside of the thighs. And just enjoy this pose here, releasing, letting gravity work for you. You don't need to push or pull anything here. You really just focus on your breath, let the time we're in this pose and the gravity work for you. What you do here, still focusing on your breath. Every time you exhale, you release the muscles a little bit more and relax a little deeper into the pose. Make sure the stretch you feel doesn't become too intense. You don't want to feel any pain here. Just a slight discomfort, because then you know that you are working deep into the tissues of your body, deep into the connective tissues, but you really just find this balance within yourself. The discomfort of the pose, getting rid of the tightness, but there is no pain. You are able to stay here for a while and breathe properly without thinking the whole time, oh my god, I really want to get out of this pose. It shouldn't be like that. It's something where you still stay gentle and soft while working deep into your body. Take a last breath here. And then put your hands under your legs and gently bring your knees together again. What you can do here is remove your blanket if you're using one. Place your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees come against each other. Just going to take a moment here, relaxing. It feels nice to have your knees together again after 3 minutes with your hips wide open like this. Again, try to connect with your body a little deeper. Observe the subtle sensations here. Still aware of your inner hips, maybe feeling this experience a difference in temperature or something like that. Whatever is happening now to your inner hips. And from here, you're going to bring your knees together again, close to your chest. And you roll onto your side, and you come into our next pose, the squat. So you have your feet about short distance apart, and you want to have your heels on the mat, and your knees are not caving in, but you try to keep them outwards here. The squat is not a pose that anybody can do very well, I guess. So what you could try to modify is maybe place a rolled blanket or towel, something under your heels to create the support and prevent that you are hanging. And if that doesn't help, you can grab maybe your gloves or whatever you could use for support and place this under your hips. You know, in the end, you just want to have your hips lower than your knees here to really create this stretch on the inner thighs again. So make sure this pose is comfortable for you to start with, because today we're adding a variation, working into the shoulders as well as the hips. You're going to place the back of your right hand against the lower side of the right side of your ribs. And then you do the same thing with your left hand. The back of your hand against your ribs, and then you bring your elbows in. This is too much for you, that you are really lots of tension happening to your shoulders. Maybe you do it one arm at a time. We're going to spend 2 minutes here, so I'll tell you when it's 1 minute so you can switch arms. And here you just breathe and relax. In the end, that's what it's all about. Just be here and now, listening to your body. If you have very tight shoulders, this is a great way to stretch into the rotator cuffs, to bring a bit more stretch. The shoulders are pretty complex joint, lots of muscles and lots of ways to stretch. This is one of my favorite ones. This is where I obviously hold the most tension, and this feels very good. 1 minute has passed, so if you were doing the right arm only, or you would do the left one. Make sure you also release into the hips. Starting to feel the ankles here, feeling what happens in your thighs. 15 seconds left to go. Just breathe, relax, let go. Okay, last breath. And then you simply release your hands here. And what you're going to do now is push your feet into the mat and start to extend your legs. You want to keep your feet about shoulder distance apart, having your knees slightly bent, and just hand forward here. So maybe you want to have your hands on blocks to support yourself. Make sure you don't feel too much tension in your shoulders. You can also just grab your elbows and you relax here. Maybe it's still too much for you, and you can always have your heels on the blanket or something just to elevate and enjoy the stretch. We're going to take 1 minute here. This pose is called daily. Feeling the stretch, the back of your legs. This is a deep forward fold, so you should be coming all the way back of your ankles, to your calves, hamstrings, the glutes, and then all along your spine, in your neck, and also the muscles in the back of your head. If you have very, very tight hamstrings, if you're pain in the back of your knees, you can just bend your knees also a little bit more. Enjoy this deep forward fold. Try to relax a little deeper. And as you inhale, you gently come halfway up, placing your hands on the mat, and then you come back with your knees on the mat. We're moving to child's pose. So you bring your hips on your heels, forehand on the mat, your arms alongside your body, hand palms facing up. You take this time to relax, enjoying the moment. And you know, if child's pose is really not comfortable for you, you can have your big toes still together, opening your knees wider, and then come your head on the mat here. Or maybe you can place a blanket or a block under your forehead, just create more space to be able to breathe. And if you really cannot find any comfort in child's pose, just come sit on your mat. And you observe everything that happens now into your body during child's pose. Observe the rounding of your spine. Feel the stretch happening between your shoulders. Focusing on your breath. Every time you inhale, you let your belly expand a little bit more. And when you exhale, you just release and relax a little deeper. You stay connected with your body. You observe your spine from the tailbone all the way to your head. Taking a moment to observe the length, observe the curve, the space between the vertebrae. As you inhale, you gently come on your hands and knees. And as you exhale, you come lie on your belly. You come with your elbows on the mat. Your feet relax, your legs as well. This is the Sphinx. Very nice pose for your lower back. Creating a bit of compression here is the goal. But really, you don't want to create too much compression. You may also bring your hands a bit more to the front, so you're not so high and you soften into the compression. And if you want to, you can also place a bolster or blanket under your chest for support here. Just make sure that you are comfortable, that you don't have too much tension in the shoulders when you're here. We also take 3 minutes in Sphinx today. Take a moment, just observing. Notice the compression in your lower back. Take your time to breathe here. Finding this balance within yourself. You don't let the compression become too heavy, but you also don't let it become too soft. When you are in the yin pose, you really have the time to observe your body. And your body is really telling you a lot. You get a lot of information by listening to your body. If you feel that there is no stretch or no compression happening anymore, you can also just come a little higher, maybe bring your elbows a little more in. But if you feel that it's too much, that it's hard to breathe, meaning that you may be a little bit too far, you can also just bring your hands forward a little bit more. See for yourself what's the best. And we've been here for 1.5 minutes. Maybe you feel that the compression has completely disappeared or it's just very opaque. What you can do is move from the Sphinx to the seal. For the seal is exactly the same thing, but you press your hands into the mat and you lift your elbows off the mat, extending your arms. Maybe you want to walk your hands a little closer to your hips, but make sure you're not forcing anything. We got 1 more minute to go. Breathe and relax. When you are observing this very obvious compression into your lower back, also be aware of what is happening in the front of your leg. The slight stretch into your lower abdomen, the front of your hips here into the psoas as well. So we're really creating balance in our body between the back and the front here. Take a last deep breath. Exhale, gently come back down. Alright, from here we move to Asana. So you place your big toes together. You let your heels roll outwards. Bring your arms alongside your belly. Hand palms are facing up. And you lie down on one cheek. And then you just relax. If you have problem with relaxing the shoulders here, maybe it doesn't feel too comfortable, you could also bring your hands together and place them under your head for more support. You could also grab a blanket or something to place under your head. And you just relax, still observing your lower back. You feel that when you had compression during the Sphinx and the seal, that now there is a bit more space, maybe even some stretch happening. Just relax, let go, enjoy your moment. When you inhale, you try to let your belly expand a little bit more to create more space into your lower back so that you can release and relax deeper when you exhale. And with your next inhale, you very slowly make your way back to your hands and knees. Now you come lie on your back. We got one last pose, a twist, especially for the lower back. So you lie on your back and you start with your feet closer to your hips. Then you're going to bring your feet as wide as your mat. So your feet are both on each edge of the mat. From here, you're going to first, without moving your feet, bring both knees to the left. See how it goes here. Take your time. If this is too much for your lower back, you grab a block or whatever you use for support to place under your right knee or under your left knee or both. Maybe even a bolster or something soft, just some nice support. Take a moment here. Would be 2 minutes on this side. You notice the twist happening into your lower back. And also, you'd like to feel some internal rotation on your right hip. So, if you don't feel anything right here, you could bring your left foot more to the left. So you make an angle of 90 degrees with your left upper leg and your left lower leg. And you also bring your right foot more to the right to create this deeper stretch on the inside of your right hip. What could also help, maybe, is to have your left foot on the outside of your right knee to create a bit more depth into the stretch, but be careful, it becomes very deep very fast. So see for yourself which option is best. We've been here for 1 minute, we got 1 more minute to go. And you look for more release, deeper relaxation, following your breath, letting go more every time you exhale. As you inhale, gently bring your knees to the middle again. Taking your time, moving very carefully, very gently. Keeping your feet on the mat, with your lower back against the mat. You just take a moment here. Just breathe and relax. Let your back go back to a neutral position before we do the other side together. And whenever you feel you need more time, either in a pose or between poses, feel free to just pause this video, take your time for yourself, and when you're ready, you start the video again. For now, for the other side, having your heels closer to your hips, moving your feet wider, just as wide as your mat. You start to bring your knees to the right. Take your time here, just notice what you need for the coming 2 minutes. Supporting yourself with some gloves, a blanket, or a bolster. Just release, relax. When you feel you need to go deeper to get more benefits of the pose, you can move your left foot more to the left. You just relax. You don't want to feel any pain. Remember, it's about discomfort that you create because you are stressing the tissues that you are not used to work with, but you don't want to feel pain. You stay gentle, keep breathing and relaxing. Still connected with the rhythm of your breath. Whenever you notice that you are being taken away by your thoughts, you just bring your attention, your focus here and now, observing the sensations in the stretch, observing the movements of your breath. Just really be present here and now. Alright, as you inhale, slowly bring the knees to the middle again. And we're going to take a moment now in Shavasana. So you can extend your legs towards the front of your mat. Have your arms alongside your body and palms facing up. Make sure you stay warm. Maybe you wear a sweater or a blanket, whatever. And then maybe you place something soft, a bit thick, under your knees here, so that you can really relax fully into the shavasana and let go of everything. No more stretch, no more stress on the tissues, just a deep relaxation for your body and for your mind. Focusing on your breath, using each inhale to fill the space, and every time you exhale, just let go of all the last tiny bits of tension. Maybe you take 5 minutes here, maybe you take 10 minutes, just as long as you need. But with a minimum of 5 minutes to really let your body heal and recover, to process everything we did during the class today. Enjoy this time, you deserve it. For now, I will take a moment to thank you for watching this video, to following this class with me. Hopefully you feel relaxed now, maybe a little bit looser into your body, maybe you feel a bit more energy flowing through. Maybe you just experience more peace into your mind, and this is great. Hopefully you enjoy this class. Again, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon again. Namaste.